Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the WASD and Beyond podcast. I'm your host, Nick. With me, as always, is Brody. I would make another joke about you don't have hair on your head, only on your chin. I have hair on my head, none on my chin. This is take two. Welcome to the show, everybody. We are sponsored by Final Boss and Doc Longy. Please check them out. They both have drops right now. Final Boss has Call of Duty. Doc Longy has Doom Swift, so MF Doom and Taylor Swift. Plethora of stuff. Both have hoodies. Both have long sleeves. Both have t-shirts, goodies, flags. It's all there. Check our sponsors out. By supporting them, you directly support us. It means the world to us, and it means the world to them. Please check our sponsors out. Final Boss and Doc Longy. Plug one done. Also, please check out the Spawn Camp community. That is where we are from. That's where our home is. Go to our home. Be cool. Don't be an asshole. Just chill. Video games, TV, D&D. Oh my God, Warhammer 40K. It's all there. Let's do it all. It's free. No paywalls. Come have a good time. That's the plugs.
Damn. That was concise. I liked it. It was great.
It's just
Fantastic.
surefire. Yeah, what I want to do eventually, or I wanted to do rather, for like Final Boss and Doc Longy, I wanted to do like a pre-recorded ad read. But
Oh, there you go.
you can't
Yeah,
do it because they have new drops every month.
yeah, that's true.
So it's non-conducive.
It would be good for about 4 episodes.
Yeah, a month. Well,
Yeah.
I guess I could do. I guess that's to be figured out off air. Anyways, yeah. Again, I'm Nick, and that's Brody. Brody, do you have anything you want to say on the show? I'm gonna put the spotlight on you for a minute.
Wow. It wasn't on the nose or anything,
No, it
but
wasn't.
yeah. No, I'm pretty much here to stay.
Let's go.
I am yeah, assuming second chair here for at least the foreseeable future unless something were to come up or whatnot, but yeah, I guess I'm fucking back.
What happened? Said you weren't going to do.
I
Explicitly
don't
said.
know.
Explicitly said when you went back to school. I'm not probably getting into podcasting. I'm only going to be guesting. Blah 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 blah. What happened?
Peer pressure. I don't know. What do you want from me?
I didn't peer pressure you. All I said was, "Hey, bro, it'll be fun. You know it'll be fun."
That was enough.
Yeah, well,
That's
there you
all I
go.
needed. Just a little fucking push off of a ledge or a fucking. It's like
Something
riding a bike, except for the bike doesn't have a seat.
or an annoying co-host.
Ouch.
No, me. I'm that one.
Oh,
Yeah, no, you're the good
God.
one. You're like
Oh,
you're
okay.
like the good one, and now I'm the bizarro co-host. Evan was the good co-host too, but you know what I'm saying? Like good noodles. I always get the good noodle, and I'm the bad noodle. It is what it is. We don't have to go deep into it. It's a bit of a thinker. You know what I mean?
Is it?
No, it's not. I'm making things way too complicated for our own video game podcast.
Very good.
Oh, we got blocked today by Jason Schreier.
Hell yeah, we did.
I've messaged Brody at least 3 times going, I'm gonna talk shit about this asshole on the podcast, and that's what I'm gonna do. Fuck you in your book, you weird skinless grape eating fuck. Sorry I called you out on, I don't know, writing an unethically pieced book about Blizzard and their downfall. I'm not gonna name the title here. Look it up yourself. I'm not giving this prick ad time, but you're soft. Hop on the show and talk to us about how unethical you are. Just do it. Somebody who knows him or will at him, tell him to hop on the show so we can talk. I'll be
The
civil.
what you even said on Twitter, it was just like, yo, this isn't helping anything, and he fucking blocked you. There is not a chance in hell he would hop on a podcast where he knows they're gonna fucking rip
I'll
into him.
be cool. I'm just gonna ask him, like, what made you think that while you were doing your quote unquote journalism, holding information that was obviously there was bad shit happening at Blizzard or whatever was happening, you sat on that information just to write a book and capitalize on bad shit.
Yeah,
You're a
yeah.
fuck. You're a fucking schmuck.
We knew that though.
Yeah, but it's unethical in my opinion.
See, the bad part is there's a huge portion of the gaming community that either loves him or fucking hates him, and there's no in between. There's
No.
always just this, yeah, they fucking jerk everything off that he does, or there's people who have been blocked on Twitter because they very minorly called him out. Like,
So
hey man, that's not cool. Fuck you, you're
blocked.
blocked. Okay.
I got two buddies who are uh big into like Reload Mag. They're like either a part of Reload Magazine or their own publications over in the UK. Andy Hamilton and Sean Linko. And I posted that status, and Andy was cracking up about it. We were going back and forth, and Sean was like, "I'm not blocked yet, you fucking losers." Andy goes, "Well, why don't you just call him a cunt?" And that's where that ended. And I was like, like they're just so like, just do this and it'll happen. That
Oh,
cracked me up.
yeah. It
Big,
doesn't take much.
big shouts out to Andy and Sean and Reload Magazine. Fucking check them out. They're amazing. They support our show, and I love to support them. Issue 2 is amazing, by the way. But yeah, fuck him. That guy's
Yeah, agreed.
I for like a long time I didn't have a problem with the guy.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I've never really
Yeah,
cared for him.
like
He's always kind of seemed arrogant and just this, whatever, right? But yeah, Jeff's been blocked by him for God knows how long. I mean, back when we were doing Diggity, I think he got blocked within like the first year or two of us doing Diggity.
dude, it's almost like a badge of honor to be blocked by that guy. But yeah, I mean, hey man, you want to have a civil conversation? We will be cool. Hop on. I got like a bad baby tooth in there, man. It's all crooked and small. Hop on the show. I'm a baby. It's cool. I'll pay you in blocks. Get on the show. We'll talk. But yeah, I'll call you out on your bullshit. But whatever, dude. There's a reason you get paid the big bucks, and I'm in my basement trying to get paid the big bucks. What have you what have you been playing this week? Fuck you, Jason.
Oh shit. Okay. Let's see. I've been playing a little bit more Tekken, not as much
I
as I
need
would
to
have
get it.
liked,
I need
but
to get it.
we played a little bit of Lethal Company the other day, which we haven't played in a while. Got a couple clips. I think
Yes.
Alex recorded like an hour and a half of us playing, but that was good, and it was great to be back in the fucking in the ship
Yeah,
working
it
for the
was.
company. Um, I've been playing quite a bit of Persona 3 Reload. I think I'm maybe about 4 hours in, which I know isn't a crazy amount of time, but putting some time in here and there. My Steam Deck game right now is Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, trying to get ready for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that comes. Don't you fucking do
There's
that! I saw that shit.
how many versions of 7 are there?
No, this is a side shoot. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. He said, "Don't worry, your little pretty head."
It's okay. It's not like a full like remake or anything like that. It's just a little bit of a remaster of like I believe it was not a mobile game, but a side shoot game there, and it was just like not. I don't know. It's weird. It's a little different. It's okay. I'm not like fully invested into it, but I'm still gonna play all the way through it just because why not? And
Yeah.
but it's simple combat, like one button to attack. You get to use some of your materia to cast your spells and shit, and it's nothing crazy, but it's fine enough.
Right.
Um, I think that is about it. I haven't touched Pal World for like 2 weeks now. I'm scared to
Yeah.
get back into it because I feel like it might consume me again. Uh, it's better off just kind of like, we'll look at it from a distance here. But I also feel like that flash in the pan is almost already over, which is kind of weird.
I don't know, something about
To
19
some,
million players or whatever.
yeah, that's true. I guess, yeah, maybe not, but hopefully not. Honestly, I'm kind of here for it. But
At least not until it gets a big content update. If like
yeah, yeah.
if they get a big content update and it's awesome, I would like to see it keep going. Now, obviously, if it gets a content update and it's like, hey man, all you did was add 5 new pals in and that's about it. It's gonna be like, ugh, what? What are you cracking about?
Nothing. I was just laughing at what you're saying, but I
Oh,
was looking through my games here to see if I had played anything else. Played some D&D, and I think we may have touched Party Animals in the meantime too, just as one night like fuck around type of thing. But
I think you
other
guys
than
were
that,
playing last night, no?
they
No,
were.
no, no.
I didn't get in on that
Yeah,
one, but I did play. Okay, yeah, no. We played a little CS2 the other day too,
yeah.
and I got roped into Borderlands 2 the other day with a couple guys in the server.
There's a
Oddly enough.
whole section of the server now just dedicated to Borderlands 2 warp codes. Alex is like, "Hey, I did this," and I went, "Oh,
Okay.
okay, that's cool, bro. I don't give a fuck. You got the power to do it." I just
Yeah.
didn't expect
A-
it.
And the very last thing I played, which we were just talking about like shitty games that kids play,
Yeah.
type of deal. Um, this isn't necessarily a shitty game for kids. Disney Illusion Island.
Okay.
So my kids actually got this from the library, and we played it as a family, like the wife and the kids and me, and it's not bad. It's like baby's first Metroidvania type of deal.
Oh, okay.
A lot of side-scrolling platforming shit. Like there's no actual real combat as far as I've seen so far. But it's all right. It's not half bad. I don't think I would be playing it if I didn't have children that wanted to play it, but you know, for what it is, it's not a bad family game.
I think if I came over to your house and you were playing that and you're like, bro, you gotta sit down, we gotta hop on, I'd be like, you don't like have like Doom or like maybe at least Smash
Of
Bros.
course you would go straight to Doom.
I said Smash Bros right after. Or Tekken. Dude, like
Yeah.
you brought up Tekken and I listened to the latest Wizard and the Bruiser.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shouts out Holden and Jake. Love you both so much. I know you don't know us, but that's fine. And when Holden was on the show, it was his show at that point, and that's fine. It was his. It's fine. Uh but they were talking about Tekken, and like they brought up a lot of like core memories, like core memory unlocks for me. I was like, oh my god, yeah, I need to get Tekken 8. Like you were
Yeah.
talking about, Pride's talking about it, but Pride came off pretty aggressive the other day. He's like, "Did you download Tekken 8 yet?" And I'm like, "No, not yet." He goes, "Download it so I can gape your asshole and fuck you." And I was like, "Whoa!" Which Pride don't talk like that. He was hyped up, bro. So he's like, "Get Tekken 8, and I'm gonna fuck your world up." And I was like, "Jesus Christ, okay." So
Yeah,
I'm, oh,
the other night he was like, "Hey, you want to play Tekken?" Because I launched it literally to tell him who I had started playing as. Like I was like, I play Lily, and there was a couple other characters that I was like dabbling in a little bit. And he's like, I loaded up. He's like, "You trying to play?" I'm like, "No, I'm trying to go to the fuck to bed, man." He's like, "So you trying to play?" I'm like, "Okay, fine." So then it, of course, you know, the multiplayer shit didn't work right off the bat because we were having a little technical difficulties.
yeah.
But we ended up getting it to work like 45 fucking minutes later. And next thing you know, it's like, yeah, you have to go into a lobby to add friends. There's some weird shit, some Japanese ass shit going on there for sure.
Japanese ass shit.
Why the fuck can't you just add a friend like normal? Like everything's got to be some weird friend code. You
Even
got to
with
go into
yeah,
a
Nintendo.
lobby. Like it's fucking crazy shit, right? But anyway, so we ended up playing that for like a half hour, and he repeatedly gaped my asshole. I
That's what he
believe
said to
was
me.
how he referred to it.
Yeah, that's how he said. That's how he said it to me. I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
bro.
I
Like,
I got a couple rounds in on him, but that's about it. Which I think I brought up the last time we talked about it. But no,
yeah,
it's a very good game. You should definitely get it at some point.
I know,
I'm
I know.
excited. I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
And then, you know, I have to take on an aggressive stance towards you as well and be like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking gape your asshole or whatever.
I just, for your guys' sake, I hope I don't like unlock core memories to when I used to play Tekken
Yeah,
and
no shit, because I'm not good. I'm
start
not good at
crushing it.
all.
I doubt I will, man. I doubt. Yeah, maybe, maybe
I
we'll see.
will say, like Smash Bros. When Ultimate came out, like that one actually came back pretty quick for me. So
Yeah,
it might come back. It's again like
played
riding
a
a bike.
lot of Tekken, bro. Played a lot of Tekken as
Yeah,
and
I
a
did not.
teenager as well. So
I did not. I've never been the fighting game guy. So other than Smash.
I like Mortal Kombat when they added the story elements into it. I like Mortal Kombat regardless. It's Mortal Kombat, but like more so like when there was like a cohesive story and plan to it. I like this a lot. This is sweet.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, no. I myself have been playing Rogue Trader.
Oh, you got it.
There, yes, Ethan actually got it for me.
Very good.
So shouts out
Oh,
Ethan.
very nice. I
Um,
That's one sitting on my Steam wish list that I will pick up eventually, but I just have too much shit right now.
well, it's very good, and
Very good.
I don't know if how good it would be on deck. I'm gonna have to look up a
Mm.
review for that, but it's a very good game. It's awesome. It's fun. It's very 40K. Very good stuff. Loaded up Alan Wake 2, or Alan Wake. Sorry, I'm trying to finish Alan Wake right now. I've been playing a lot of Next Fest stuff. So I tried out that new Backrooms demo, Abiotic. Oh my god, what's it called? Another demo. Fuck, dude. There's so many different like Next Fest games I'm trying to play. It's all starting to blend together, but I'm playing a lot of Next Fest shit right now.
Very good.
And then I have some games I have to review. I was just playing Indica the other day, which is a pretty neat little game. It's a bit wacky. It's incredibly fucking wacky, honestly, but I do like it. I was playing Super Normal before we started this. Another cool game I'm kind of giving the creator some new stuff on. Um, and the Thuma. Oh man, the Thaumaturge. It's like an RP.
Thaumaturge?
Thaumaturge. I don't know.
Thaumaturge.
I I I I got a code for this, and I'm trying to play it a little bit and give them my review. I need to start getting you keys as well. That's a whole process. But I'm
Thaumaturge, for sure.
thaumaturge. Okay,
I scrolled up and found the message you sent me. Thaumaturge. Like
thaumaturge.
thaumaturgy in D&D.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's in like Warsaw. It's cool from what I'm seeing. I haven't loaded it up yet. I have a lot of shit I'm trying to get through. Um, and yeah, just a lot of demos right now. I'm playing a lot of fucking demos. I'm trying to shout them out here as well, but trying to level myself down by playing some Lethal Company. Trying to play some fucking Alan Wake. I really want to play Alan Wake 2. And I don't remember a lot of what happened in Alan Wake since I played it 1.5 years ago. Logan was playing Half-Life earlier. That makes me kind of want to replay Half-Life again, which absurd. But I'm gonna do it. I know I will. I know that'll be like one of the first games I stream on the
Oh,
YouTube.
absolutely.
I know it
That
will be.
is, yeah, that's, I would expect nothing less from you, quite honestly.
It'll probably be Black Mesa or Half-Life 2.
Yeah, that's fair.
Half-Life 2 is like the game I can always go into and be like, okay, I'm just gonna go through the entire game really quick. But Logan was like, how long does this take? I'm like, I could beat Half-Life in like 5 hours. He's like, I'm like 9 hours in. I'm like, yeah, it's not an easy fucking game. He's like, oh, I thought it would be since it's so old. I'm like, no, dude.
No, old games
No.
are usually harder. What are you talking about?
Exactly. So, but yeah, that's what I've been playing. And I think we're playing Lethal tonight. I don't
Huh?
work tomorrow. I got surgery tomorrow, so
Hell yeah.
yeah,
I
buddy.
I think.
Just my ear.
Yeah.
Getting that fixed. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know I don't know if I'll be able to wear headphones next week.
Ah.
They're cutting
Eh,
the back of my ear. I'm getting a new eardrum.
eh.
I might have to
I
have the.
have no idea how.
I
Like,
don't know what to do.
you might
Anyways,
be okay. We'll see.
anyways, so the main topic. Well, I fucked that recording up. I hit the fine. Gonna edit the video just fine. The main topic. I hit the fucking full screen button, and I know that fucking software's gonna be like. "Eh." The main topic though is this wild Xbox rumors just sprouting up. I
Yeah.
have no idea where this even came from. I know that P3 said that next week there's a huge like business meeting about the future of Xbox, and then everyone's like, well, Halo and Gears and all these Xbox games are going over to PlayStation, and then everyone was like, well, Xbox is done making consoles, and then it was, well, hold on, they're going to make a handheld in 2026, and people were like, oh, that's the next gen console, and I'm like, me and you were like, that doesn't sound like a next gen console. It just sounds like they're making a handheld. It's it's all over the place. I don't know where to really start with this.
Um, I think I think the place to start is just that the first one I saw was Starfield, right? Starfield is
Yes.
supposed to be coming to PlayStation shortly after the first expansion, which is expected to be about a year after the initial release. From there, that's where things kind of started to spiral a little bit more, where you started to see all of the rest of that kind of happen, and a lot of people lose their fucking minds. Like people that are PlayStation fanboys were essentially dancing on the grave of Xbox and
Kind of funny.
Xbox, right? And Xbox fanboys were freaking out because, no, not my fucking exclusive, blah blah blah. Like at the end of the day, like I I don't think this changes a whole lot, really.
Okay.
If anything, I think it's a step in the right direction for the industry as a whole, taking games and putting them onto other platforms that they normally wouldn't be, and getting away from this exclusivity bullshit. Um, I think Xbox will make another console, and it's not going to be that little handheld thing. Like that handheld thing is probably going to be, if I had to guess, probably similar to like the PlayStation Portal.
What I was gonna say.
Probably more for streaming and probably more for Game Pass type things. You may be able to play some things, natively on the console. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't. I don't think there's really a need for it. I don't. The PlayStation Portal seemed to have fallen flat on its face. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know anybody who
Uh,
has it.
yeah. The only people I've heard that actually have it are like podcasters that bought it for their podcast or got it free from PlayStation or whatever,
I
right? Yeah.
us.
Hey. But also Sony's streaming side of things isn't all that great,
No, it's
and
not.
Xbox has the better setup, and theirs still isn't great. Like, I people are freaking out, losing their minds, and rightfully so in some cases, right? Like some people have a lot of money wrapped up into the Xbox ecosystem, and they don't want to lose their games. I get that, but at the same time, I guarantee there's going to be at least another Xbox, and and I don't think that changes really anything. I think they'll definitely go there because streaming is just not there yet. And I think by the time streaming does get to that point, then yes, they're going to start getting away from the hardware. I mean, Xbox has been hinting
Hinting,
at
yeah.
this for forever, right? Like having Game Pass on PC, having the deal with Samsung where Samsung TVs come with Game Pass app and you can play directly there. Like they have clearly been trying to go this route for a while. There was all the rumors about putting Game Pass on Switch. Like everything they have been doing has been pretty clear that they're trying to expand, trying to grow, trying to do other things. And people are freaking out mainly because they're so invested into the fanboy console war bullshit. But honestly, Xbox is not directly competing with PlayStation in the way they used to. Those days are over. They're doing a completely different model. Like, yeah, they've sold like half of the amount of fucking PlayStations, if even, right? But their goal is, hey, play our games wherever you can. If you want to play them on PC, that's cool. Subscribe to Game Pass. You pay $15 a month and you get all these cool games. Hey, you want to play, Halo? It's on Steam now. Like all of these different things, they're trying to put their games out in as many places as possible. And so, honestly, they just spent almost $70 billion to buy Activision Blizzard King. Like, they're going to put these games all over the place, which everybody was freaking out about as well. Like, no, they're gonna continue to put Call of Duty everywhere because it makes so much fucking money.
Oh yeah.
So I think at this point they know they're not going to win a console war, which again, if you're a console fanboy, you shouldn't be because it means very, very little in the grand scheme of things. Like consoles typically lose money or barely make any money for the company. The whole idea is getting them into an ecosystem. And if Xbox can do the 70-30 split with Sony and put Halo out on PlayStation and you can, buy microtransactions there, it's still a win-win for them. It's more money than they were making because it's
Yeah.
now in more places. Like they clearly want to be more of a software company, which is what Microsoft has been for the longest time, and that's what they want to do. And I think in this case, I think it's a smart idea because they're just not going to gain back that market share in the this console battle that's supposedly going on, right? Like it's all a fictitious fucking Twitter jerk off fest, but at the same time, like Microsoft's a business. They're going to put their games out in probably as many places as possible. And if Sony doesn't want to play nice, I bet Microsoft and Nintendo will play nice. I bet
Right.
all of those kinds of things will happen. So and then Sony's going to be left in the dust and in that regard of like, hey, you don't get a piece of this pie. Obviously, yeah, they're still going to sell their console, but they've also locked themselves into a weird like we make the same kind of game, third person action game, and it they're fun, they're fine, but also I think that rug's gonna get pulled out from underneath them at some point. Personally, I think you can only make so many God of Wars and so many Last of Us, like all of those kinds of games for so long before people are like, okay, I kind of want to do something different other than this,
Yeah.
sad dad story as I've heard it described before, right? Like, but they have their merit and they obviously sell exceptionally well, but I think Xbox is making some smart moves here. And obviously a lot of this is speculation. They're going to have a whole business update next week where I don't know if they were quite ready to do this, and all
No,
of these
they were
leaks
not.
kind of forced their hands, and so they are going to be coming out a little bit rushed, I would imagine. They're going to get all their ducks in the row as best they can, but I still don't think we have a complete picture next week. I think we're going to get a slight idea of what's going on. There's also new leadership at Sony. I know I'm just fucking going on
Oh,
here.
you please,
I've
please.
been thinking about it all fucking day. So, since we decided we were doing this topic, but there's also new leadership at Sony. Whereas Jim Ryan was very competitive, we don't really know how this new leadership is going to approach it. So there is a chance that they do finally play nice with Xbox, and I I think that anybody who complains about this is a fucking asshat. I'm just being entirely honest. Unless you were genuinely concerned about losing access to the games that you have purchased. That
Which
is
you're not
that is
going to.
fair.
I don't think you're
But yeah,
going to.
you're not going to, right? But I think the thing is like this brings cohesion in the gaming community. This brings cohesion from system to system. It allows us to do things like crossplay, like people who are against crossplay. Fucking asshats. Like that is one of the best things that has happened in gaming for a long time. And I think this is just another step in that direction of Xbox has said many times that they want their games to be accessible to as many people as possible, and I think that's genuinely what they are trying to do. Don't get me wrong, there's always going to be business undertones here because
Yeah.
first and foremost they are a business and they see dollar signs, but at the same time if it benefits the consumers and it benefits the business, it's a fucking win-win. Why wouldn't you want it?
No,
So I'll
no,
let you
dude.
talk now.
No, dude.
Sorry.
You're spot on, man. This is a good thing. This is a good thing for players across the board. It's gonna be a culture shock, I think, to some to be able to play Halo on a PS5, right? I
Oh, it's
mean,
fucking weird for sure.
you could play Halo with the dual shock right now, dual sense right now. But this is sweet, man. This is really fucking cool. I think you're precisely right on the money where this is a great business opportunity for Xbox. This is a good decision if this is all true. If this is true, this is
Yeah,
a
it's all
great
speculation. So
choice, and this is good for the consumer, the gamer. This means that you get more games on your consoles. That, let's be fucking very clear, this generation has been a dud
oh,
for those
absolutely.
consoles. This has been like a buffer generation for the consoles. They haven't been anywhere near. Yeah, they look pretty, and most part the games play really pretty. I could do everything those things could do on my PC and better. I'm just fine on my ecosystem. But what a way to really start nailing it home for Xbox to go, okay, we've heard you. You want to play Gears of War here. You want to play Starfield on the PlayStation. You want to play you want the next Elder Scrolls and Fallout to be on. Are you people not like listening, right? Elder Scrolls and Fallout on the next PlayStation as well.
Yeah.
So what is hard not to see about that? This is a great this is good. This is a good thing. And I think that once it happens, just like crossplay, I was going to bring up crossplay and you beat me to it. Fine.
That's because I didn't shut up. I'm sorry.
No, that's perfectly fine. Just like with crossplay, crossplay is awesome. Like for years, all I heard was, "Man, I got a PS5, I got a PlayStation, I got an Xbox. Well, we both have Call of Duty, we can't play." Okay, now we can. I'm on PC. Oh, you guys are on console. Like, yeah, we can.
Mhm.
They made it possible. Why not do this if you're Xbox? I, they've P3 is the one who said basically, like, "Hey, man, this console war is over. Like, we understand and we know, and we're not going to be as aggressive." Game Pass is great. I love the Xbox Series X. I love the PS5. PlayStation's equivalent to Game Pass actually is trash.
It absolutely is. It's garbage.
So PlayStation does great things. Xbox does great things. To have both games, I don't know what Sony will do, but to have those games on a PlayStation is awesome. Like
Oh yeah.
that'll be on the home screen. You'll see a giant green fucking Spartan on your home screen on a play. That's insane. That's super awesome. console wars were cool when you're a teenager. You know what I mean? Like when you're like fucking 13 to 19, 20, you're like, yeah, I'm an Xbox guy. Oh, cool, man. I'm a PlayStation guy. Cool, team green, team blue. It's cool when you're younger, and the older you get, you're like, I just want to play my games. Which,
Yeah.
if that's the mindset, taking away the business aspect from Microsoft for the moment, if that's the mindset of P3, everyone he's got around him, like, hey, we just want. Obviously, this will make us fucking gangbusters.
Yeah.
The minute Halo drops on a PlayStation Home, if good luck. Like that, the PlayStation Network's gonna crash that day. So, like, it's good news. This is awesome. I don't think we're not getting a next gen console for them. We're gonna get
No.
you and I were at least one more, if anything, before it does move to the stick or whatever
Mhm.
sort of Xbox hardware to a degree we're gonna get for streaming.
Yeah.
Um, and the handheld I do think will happen. I just don't think. I think it's gonna be like the PlayStation handheld. Echo? No, what was it called?
Portal.
Portal. Portal. Um, I think it's gonna be just like that, where it comes out, it looks great on paper, then you're like, I don't need this.
Right.
If if I want to
I,
play, I have my Steam Deck.
I was gonna say the Steam Deck is the thing that makes so many of those other things obsolete. Like
Irrelevant.
I don't need a fucking PlayStation Portal. I can stream directly from my PlayStation to my Steam Deck with very little hassle, mind you. Uh the I will say Game Pass was a little tricky to set
Yeah,
up,
it was a
but
little
there's
fucky,
plenty of guides on it online. Like I get a fucking Steam Deck. Like save your money,
dude.
get a Steam Deck, and you can have the best of all three worlds of the PC world, the Xbox world, and the PlayStation world. Like there's no fucking reason to
And the
buy
OLED
any
Steam
of
Deck
these.
is not that expensive,
No, no, in the grand scheme of it, no, not at all. Like
dude.
it's
So
it's it's crazy to me that like PlayStation put out that PlayStation Portal and it. I mean, aside from it streaming games, it is borderline a fucking brick. Like I'm just, and I don't foresee Xbox really doing it. I they might, right? But at the same time, like
they released a
I
mini
think it would
fridge,
be
so
specific. Well, this is true. uh,
you know,
uh, but I think it would be more so. I think it would be significantly cheaper than the Portal was
oh,
because I think
I
the
would assume
Portal was
so.
like $250, something like that.
Was it?
Um, 200, 250. It was way more than it should have been, especially for being a streaming device you can do nothing else with.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
blew my mind. Uh, $350, 330 after tax probably. So,
fuck.
on PlayStation Direct, $200 on the that was on Walmart. Whatever. So
Oh,
let's say it's like $200. But
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
go with yeah, Best Buy $200.
Spend an extra $150 and get yourself a Steam Deck,
At that point, yeah, you could.
right?
I don't need to be near my play. That's dumb as fuck. That's dumb as fuck. And I we've heard rumors about a portable Xbox for so long. I wouldn't mind seeing an idea for it, but we don't need it because again, Steam Deck is literally right on your desk, right?
Hmm.
By the time they will 2026, by the time that's even a thought to be released or they're like close, I am well guarantee we're gonna have the fucking next Steam Deck.
Well, and on top of that, I mean, even aside from the Steam Deck, right? Like, I prefer the Steam Deck, but there's all sorts of other devices
I a
coming out, like
Neo and
the ROG Ally,
yep.
like all of those different ones. Like, I- if you really want something that just runs Windows, there's options for that. If you want Steam's like fucking game system in a can type of thing, like there's that, but you can also mod the fuck out of it, and it's because it's a Linux
Put
computer,
Windows
right?
on it if you want.
Yeah, you can dual boot into Windows. Like, there's so many different options, and obviously, you know, some of those are set up to for like a tinkerer's paradise, right? Like, I fucking spent probably the first 3 months I had the thing, like, not even playing games, just tinkering
Dude,
with
I
it because
remember
I
when you
enjoy
got
that
yours
shit.
in. Yeah, you were
Oh yeah.
fucking with it, dude. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, but and you don't have to do that either. Like there is the option to get a Steam Deck, play Steam games, and never think about it again, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I think the Steam Deck is priced reasonably enough that none of these other consoles make any sense. These little handheld streaming devices. I don't think there's a place for it. And if Xbox is going to do it, I think they need to go the Steam Deck route of being an actual little PC, right? Something you can
Something tough,
download
yeah.
games, yeah, and actually, play them locally, or or natively, I guess, or have that option to stream. And I think there is value in that as long as it can do both. But any system that is solely a system, I say very loosely, any system that is solely streaming at this point in time is just not worth it. Streaming is not quite to that ability yet,
No.
at least not in America, right? Like overseas, their network is a lot better. Their grid is so much denser, right? But we have so many spots where we just don't have coverage, or
Yeah.
you can't get good enough internet. And so the way we're set up, like it doesn't make sense. And yeah, if you live in a big city, I'm sure there might be a chance that you could actually make use of one of those things. But I have gigabit internet here
Yep,
in
same.
my house, in my home, and streaming still fucking sucks. Like,
Look at Luna. You had
right.
Luna, and then you had prior to that was what?
Oh
The one
fuck.
that Jeff used to fucking shit all over.
Yeah. God, I can't believe I've forgotten about this
They
already.
died so fast and so hard. But like we've
Well,
seen two companies come through already and try just a
mhm.
strictly streaming. Doesn't work. It's not. We're not. Google made it. No.
Mm, yes.
Yes, it was Google. It was a Google
Well,
streaming gaming stream.
I will figure it out. Hang on. God,
so
I can't believe I've forgotten this.
we had wow, dude. That's how bad it crashed. Um, but we've had two companies, Amazon and Google, both go for it, and both times were bad. I would hate to see Xbox go the way of that when I don't think we're ready for that. I think we're a couple years out at least to seeing full fledged streaming platforms for gaming. Um, Especially when you factor in online and save data and everything right there. Like there's just a lot
Stadia.
going on. Stadia, yikes,
Holy shit.
yikes. Um, I we're a bit of ways from there. So I think prior to that being full fledged, we're gonna get one more Xbox,
Yeah, I
and
agree.
I'm happy with that. For me, I like. I think one of the biggest bummers. I know inevitably one day. I don't think Sony will ever stop making consoles. I don't think so, but Xbox may. Dude, people like their PlayStation. They like both. I don't know, but like
Yeah.
for me, like going to the store, and yeah, it sucks, but some of like the really dopest moments was me going to the store and walking out with that box.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like those are some cool fucking moments, and I'll never forget those moments. Whether I was with my mom, my dad, myself, or whatever. So I think that would bum me out to not walk away with an Xbox eventually. It would fuck
Yeah.
me up. It would like emotionally
I
fuck me up, I think.
I remember ordering my Xbox One,
Oh
the
god, yeah.
day one Xbox One, and waiting for that motherfucker to come in and like being giddy like a school child again. Like absolutely could not wait for this fucking thing to show up. And I'm like, I'm in my 20s at this point,
Yep.
right? Like, or maybe not. Or
I
almost
was
20 something.
22,
What would that be?
23. I was 22 or 23.
No. Came out in 2013.
I, I,
11
I,
years ago. I would have been 19.
so I was 20. No, I
Okay.
was
Yeah. 11
32.
years
So I was
ago.
21. I was 21.
we'll,
20.
we'll get there.
I'm
Yeah, I
21. I
was
was
19
21.
years old, like living on my own. At this time, I already had a kid, like all of this shit. And I was excited about this Xbox coming in and being super excited. And just, there is something that is really cool about getting that console, right? Like the race to get a PlayStation 5 at this generation was fucking cool. I mean,
When you got
well,
one,
it
people
wasn't.
knew. It wasn't, but when you got a PS5, people knew you got a PS5.
Oh yeah,
It's like that
yeah.
meme where it's like if I won the lottery, I wouldn't say nothing, but you would know. That's like
Hmm.
if I got the PS5, I
There
ain't
would be
going telling you.
signs.
Yeah, there would be signs. I got it. You know what I mean? Like those are some of the cooler moments. I'm like you brought up the Xbox One. I think I made Big Kyle, take me to B Dubs that night. We lived right down the street because this is when we had our townhome. We lived down the street from GameStop and B-Dubs, and we went to B-Dubs, got really fucking drunk, and then I stood in line at GameStop just beeble boppling around, and then I finally
Yeah.
got my Series X or my Xbox One, and I was like, go, like went home and I fucking put the camera up and plugged it into my cable box for some fucking reason. They thought that was a good idea, and like did all like the Xbox turn on bullshit. But like that was cool, man. I'd hate not to have those moments. And I'd really hate not to have like our kids have those moments or younger
Yeah.
generations have those moments. Wizard and the Bruiser brought it up where there hasn't really been like a generation quite like ours and the generation before ours who have gotten to watch this technology grow and watch this technology grow and with us.
Hmm.
So like watch games go from literally nothing to Doom to Super Mario 64, Crisis to Half-Life, Half-Life 2, Last of Us, Call of Duty, like what have you, System Shock, and all those awesome games. But I remember playing them, a lot of them on the consoles, a lot of them on the original Xbox, original PlayStation,
Hmm.
Nintendo. I just don't want to see consoles go, and I know that one day they're gonna have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think back. I don't have as many memories of like going in picking up a console on day one. I
Yeah,
didn't like my I didn't play a whole lot of I played a lot of video games, but I didn't own a lot of video games growing up. My parents just weren't big into it. They didn't see the point in it.
yeah,
Um,
I get it.
right. So I bought a lot of mine later on in life, or I would pick up consoles like way late in a generation type of thing. So I
Yeah.
didn't have those day one moments of it necessarily, but I think back to more of like day one releases and going and picking up
Oh
those midnight
man,
releases of games, and those are those are the memories that I really kind of hold dear. But also like there's part of me that uh, even though they've been gone for a while now, like it's just kind of normal again to not
yeah.
have those, I guess, or it's like, oh
Cool.
yeah, I downloaded it and yeah, right, like fuck that for one. I'm not gonna go stand in line for this shit right now.
Dude,
Um, coming out on a fucking Thursday. I got work tomorrow. This is bullshit.
dude, back in the day, I just never, new game that I liked or new console came out, I just would never show back up to work. It was probably really bad on my part to not to do that. Don't do that.
Yeah,
I just
I
stopped
think
showing
the
up.
I think the last one I picked up at midnight would have been the Master Chief Collection.
Oh man, what did I get last? Harry and I went. Oh man, Fallout 4 was the last one I went to.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fallout 4 was last minute release.
I want to say yeah, Master Chief Collection, and before that, I think it was Destiny. When that one released. So
I remember. We're not gonna rehash all that,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
like that I do miss the fucking
Yeah,
midnight
there
releases
was
though.
something cool about them, right? Like going and standing in line, talking to a complete stranger, be like, "I'm so fucking hyped for this, man!" Like,
Yeah.
or whatever it is, right? Like whatever. There was something that was really intoxicating about those experiences.
Oh yeah.
That something that was just standing in that line and talking to people and like just being a part of this event made that game seem so much cooler than it actually was or whatever that may be, right? But I there's also that side of me that like accepts that that is a time in the past. But like you said earlier, the way that our generation, like especially the elder millennials, right? Like those that grew up and had Pong and all of this
Yeah.
shit, right? The rapid advancement in technology that they have seen is insane. And
Oh yeah.
even what we've seen, right? Like I look back at I one of my favorite games, Majora's Mask. That game, like for that time, was incredible, and I still adore it. Don't get me wrong, but that's just my rose-colored glasses, I suppose. But I, you look at that game compared to Breath of the Wild, and you're like, what the fuck? Or
Yeah.
right, or looking at I played a shitload of NFL Blitz. It
Oh
came out
yeah.
in like 2000, right? You compare that to Madden. graphically.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Graphically, like it's crazy just the difference there, and that's not the best example because fuck Madden, but
Yeah.
just what we have seen in our lifetime of or in our time experiencing games. You go from Pokemon to from red and blue and to for better or worse Scarlet and Violet now, where it's
Now
I
world.
mean
Yeah, I get it.
yeah, Power World basically. And now we have Power World, but it's just crazy to see that advancement and that change. But I also feel like a lot of those changes that we've seen over the years, going to 3D or going to the Wii with motion controls or
Oh yeah.
whatever that may be, those changes, there's going to be people that oppose it, and I think at the end of the day people need to see the advancement, right? So seeing Xbox potentially take this step to be like, hey, we're fucking done trying to win a console war. We'll still put a console out there if you want to buy it, cool. But like they're probably not going to invest nearly as much R&D into it because they're not going to make their money back, and R&D is fucking expensive. So
Yeah.
it's probably going to be a PC shoved into a fucking box more or less that has fixed settings, and that's going to be it, right?
Yeah.
But you look at these consoles and you see Xbox like start to break down these walls and start to be, hey, you can fucking play Halo on PlayStation. We don't give a shit anymore. We're a software company first and foremost, and that's what we're gonna do. I think it's personally very cool. I think it is a step in the right direction. I hope that Sony follows suit. I think it will take them a lot longer to follow suit
It
if
will.
this is the route that this goes, because Sony is proud, and that is how they have always acted throughout
Japanese
every.
company.
Yep.
They don't let go of their shit. You know, I mean, that's
Yeah.
theirs. You know, which is that's
And I
culture. You know, I get it.
yeah, and I don't blame them, but it's kind of weird to be fighting a battle by yourself, right? Like,
Well, you're just
but I
swinging a sword in a
also
field. Like, all right, just I'll get you.
I just hope that they don't push back. Like if Xbox is truly trying to do this and they're trying to put their games out in more places even further than what they already have, I hope they don't get pushback from Sony. I hope they don't get this whole bullshit of like, a big part of this whole Activision Blizzard deal was, oh, well, we don't want them to have the exclusives. And so it'd be a real slap in the face for Xbox to literally turn around and be like, no, seriously, we want to put this fucking everywhere.
Sony
And
could be the one that fucks it all up for everybody.
they very well could be. And I think at a certain point that could hurt them in the long run. Don't get me wrong.
Oh
They
yeah.
have, it is no secret that they have the best exclusives. Like, no fucking secret here. Everybody knows it. That's why their consoles sell gangbusters. But that's not really the point. Like,
Yes.
and to take a side in a console war is fucking childish. That is, like you said, some teenager bullshit. Like, you can have a favorite. That's fine.
Yeah.
But don't be fucking stupid about it. Like, don't be mad because somebody else is going to get to play a game that was only exclusive to your console. Like, that's fucking childish. It just is.
Go buy the
There's
console.
no reason. Yeah.
I don't know. Do do
It,
something about it, dude.
right. Like, PlayStation fanboys, when their games started to come to PC, they got shitty about it. It's like, why? Why? You love this experience so much. Why would you not want somebody else to experience that?
Well,
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
you
Why are
know,
you selfish about it? Like, you fucking
yeah.
had any of the blood, sweat, and tears poured into this. You literally bought the game and played it. Fucking goddamn, man.
How cool is it to think about though? People who have only had PlayStations. I'm, they didn't do PC at all.
Yeah.
They didn't buy an Xbox ever. And they've only on the outside looking in have seen Gears of War, Halo, now Starfield, and other Xbox games really. And they're hearing right now going, hey, you guys might be able to play this game soon. For the first time. For
That's
the first
you
time on
should
a
be excited.
dude, I
Like,
would be freaking the fuck out if you told me I could play the Master Chief Collection and Halo Infinite and the entire Gears of War collection and Starfield, like which personally, Starfield to me is a boring. It's a boring. But
yeah.
I understand why people like it. Um and again, if you're using your fucking head here, you're going, I really hope Sony doesn't fuck this up because I want to play the next Elder Scrolls and I want to play the next Fallout and
Right.
whatever else Bethesda may do, or 343 or the coalition at this point. So
Mhm.
I don't know, man. If I was a Sony fan, I'd be stoked, and if I was a Microsoft fan, I would be kind of proud of. It's all business. At the end of the day, I
Yeah,
understand, but
absolutely.
us as the consumer, we're allowed to look at it like Daddy P3 is doing us a favor. We're allowed to. We're the consumer.
Yes,
We don't have to look behind the veil. So
right.
for me, it's like, oh, thank you, Daddy P3. Thank you. Thank you, Daddy Xbox. I suck the teat
Yeah,
because it's a cool thing. It is
right.
in the grand scheme, it is a cool thing, and the signs have been there. Game
Mhm,
Pass, Game Pass on PC. Even back in the day, they want the Xbox One. They were doing
mhm.
weird, kind of hinting to streaming and all this shit right on there. They're like testing out the cable box with turning your TV into a all-in-one entertainment center, and Xbox has been there. They've been playing the long game, and
Yeah.
I just I love Sony as well. I like what they do with their console. Now, I think that their latest design is fucking stupid.
Oh, it's fucking terrible. I hate the way the
I
PlayStation 5
almost
looks.
I almost want to take it and trade it in towards the Slim or
Yeah,
it's too fucking my
it's
Xbox.
huge.
Yeah, you can call that thing a mini fridge all you want because an Xbox leaned in on that, but like it's that's big
Yeah,
and it sits and it looks nice. It's just a black box and it does look nice.
yeah.
The Sony thing looks like some like Van
It looks like
Gogh.
fucking Stark Tower.
It looks like a fucking like what Kanye would have all over his house. Just like some dystopian bullshit. Like I
Yeah,
for what? So I don't know. I would hate to see Xbox go, and I don't think they're going to. But
I don't think so either.
next week we're gonna probably have to be on our A game. I don't. You might not even be fucking on. Oh my god.
Oh, I should be.
Oh, I thought. Oh, I'm not. We're good.
I'll be here.
Crisis.
Don't worry
I,
about
I,
it. I'll
I'm
be here.
I'm in surgery crisis mode right now. Because next week I'm wondering when we're gonna hear. Oh man, we might have to wait till like Thursday to record because depending on what gets announced, when
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's pretty obvious. Next week, we're going to be talking about
more
this
of this.
kind of again, but with more context, right?
Yeah.
Rather than going based off of rumors and people going into full fucking panic mode. Next week we should have a better idea, and it might not be a full episode based on just that, right? Like but it's gonna be a healthy part of it, and we're probably going to lean towards how does Sony respond to it, and kind of go from there. But it's gonna be a different conversation, whereas this is still kind of building off of speculation and kind of going down the rabbit hole of like, hey, our past and the things we've seen over the years
It's
and how
kind of a
games have
heartwarming
changed.
episode.
It kind of is a little bit, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Fuck, we're old.
oh, dude, I hate it. Like, it. I never, as a kid, playing on CRTs and like lugging my Xbox around. I mean, I was on TeamSpeak, right? But like, I could never have imagined I would be playing the way I
Right.
play
Oh,
anywhere I
absolutely
want in
not.
my house,
Yeah.
anywhere I want in the world with my Steam Deck.
Oh yeah.
Like,
It's wild.
it's just to like think like if you really, really want to think about gaming as a whole, it's in its infancy, dude.
Yeah. In the grand scheme of things, absolutely. Right. Like 70s into the 80s, like, and really didn't even start popping off until really the 80s,
80s,
right? Like,
late 80s, early 90s, dude.
is when we really started to actually get the heavy hitters yeah, you had your Ataris and stuff like that, but it's
Say it.
Pong, right?
Say it.
It's fucking Pong.
Say it. Say what came out in the 90s. I want you to say that first one. The heavy hitter. Say it.
Fucking Mario came out
Fuck
late
Mario.
80s,
I'm
I
talking
guess.
about Doom, bro.
Yeah, yeah, well, that was like mid 90s. That was not
That was
like
early 90s. Doom 1 was
it was
early.
like 93, wasn't it? 92,
That's early as
maybe.
fuck 90s, bro.
93
Okay,
is like
fine, fine.
almost mid.
Okay,
Okay,
if we want to
all
get
right.
Wolfenstein, we'll start with Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I was gonna say Wolfenstein would be a better example for that one,
We
but yeah,
watched FPS Talk. We
regardless,
should know
right?
our
Like,
history.
yeah, you're right. But I I was thinking more of Mario, right? Like
Yes.
Mario, whether you like Nintendo or not, that is the fucking game that really kind of started a
Yeah.
lot of what we see today. And don't get me wrong, there's other things obviously, but Mario for most people, that is what they will think of when they think of how did gaming start? Oh yeah,
Video
fucking
games, Super
Mario.
Mario. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But regardless, I think I hope there is truth to these rumors. I hope a lot of these are true. I hope that Xbox is actually moving in this direction. And honestly, uh, as consumers, this is fucking cool. Like this is a good move for consumers. It's a good move for Xbox. And again, as we've said many, many, many times in podcasting, these companies are not your friends. They are out to make money,
Yeah.
but at the same time, they have to keep you happy. And I genuinely think this is something that benefits both parties.
Are we in an abusive relationship with Microsoft, Sony, and Steam and
Yes,
Nintendo?
it's always been that way.
Do they hit us and then we just like kind of say it's okay?
Yeah. Yeah, they hit us and then they take us out to like Chuck E. Cheese or some shit for
I
sure.
feel dirty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should
On the
should
bright side, at least you weren't starting, console wars on Twitter, so you shouldn't feel too dirty.
yeah, you guys are all goofy. Should we wrap up?
Yeah. I
Okay.
need to call my therapist.
Yeah, I just got really sad. Um, one quick plug I do want to make from our friends over at Creator VC, um, Richard Moss and all the guys who worked, some of the guys, not all of them, who worked on FPS Doc are making a
Yeah.
brand new movie called Terrorbytes, which is a
Hell
deep
yeah.
dive into the horror video game genre. I don't know if we're gonna get the interviews that we got with FPS Doc, but I am sure as fuck gonna try. I love talking to Richard.
Oh yeah.
I love just hearing their process and why they did what they're doing, and I'm gonna be working hard on that. So, Richard, I just called you out. I'm sorry, but I am stoked for Terabytes. I know that that campaign I think goes live either tomorrow or the day after, and that's gonna
Oh
be a
no
day
shit.
one. I'm gonna be punching my numbers in for that campaign, and I'm gonna be buying a version of that movie. And I highly suggest you do too. If you liked FPS Doc, you're gonna like this. This just is more awesome video game stuff in the horror realm as well. Same guys who made In Search of Darkness, dude. That's a huge horror movie doc that spans fucking, 70s, 80s. It's check Terabytes out. I promise it's gonna be sweet. I know it's gonna be fucking sweet. Check it out. I will link the campaign in our show notes. And while you're at it, please check out the sponsors. Find them us in Doc Longy. They got their drops up until Sunday. Check out the Spawn Camp community. Link is down in the description. Free, no paywalls. And we're back on YouTube, even though I minimized the tab and fucked the video up, so that's gonna look funny
We
for a
might be
quick
back
second.
on YouTube. We'll see.
Quick
We'll see.
second, quick second. So until next week, guys, take it easy, be safe, and yeah, Brody and I will see you guys next Friday.
Goodbye.